WrestleFlow crew. So seems like Vince McMahon is scrambling here and there to try to save his ratings at this point, and he is very scared, because now it's, slowly the climate is changing for the WWE, and it starts to seem like the Monday Night Wars again. And I'm not just saying that because of AEW, but that's a big reason, And he's also getting pressure from the USA Network, and hence we got the 24/7 title that we thought was initially Vince's idea, but it was actually from the USA Network kind of pitching the idea, because they were like, the third hour of Monday Night Raw is becoming, increasingly a big decrease. So, the third hour ratings are terrible, they're shitty. So the USA Network is complaining to Vince like, hey, you know what, we'll write up some ideas, here you guys go, work with it, do something. So, Vince is just, he's doing all these things. He's bringing out Brock Lesnar. Why do you think he brought out Brock Lesnar at the end of the Money in the Bank match? Ali was really, if he won that would be like, theoretically that would be like a good decision. But, they're trying to get like the main eventers, like the Brock, even though many people are not a big fan of Brock Lesnar as they used to be anymore, because now it's just like a sham the whole time. He's not gonna wrestle, he's just gonna suplex City, and then the match is over. So, and then in this case for Money in the Bank 2019 is that, Brock Lesnar came in, threw Ali, basically not even touched him, and threw the ladder down, and then, climbed the ladder, bam, he won the Money in the Bank just like that. So, that was a desperate move from Vince Kennedy McMahon to, try to drive the ratings up. Like, that's gonna do any fucking better, or if that's gonna do any fucking good to his product at this point, because it's so shitty. It is so shitty, and it's crazy because it's finally around that time where Vince is starting to lose confidence in himself. Reports have shown that he is just going crazy. He's annoyed. He's trying, because usually what happens is, when Vince kind of steps in terms of like, gotta make these new decisions and gotta do all this and that, the ratings have like a little increase because his ideas sometimes work a little bit. So, he becomes overconfident again. And, this time around, the ratings are just decreasing no matter what Vince McMahon does. So, and then on top of that, the whole AEW threat is coming as well. And, it's just not working. It's just, he's getting tied up in a corner where he is eventually going to have to make desperate decisions even more now. Like, especially after tonight, when we find out how Double or Nothing, kind of, where that story goes, we're going to see from there on what Vince does Monday Night Raw or in the next pay-per-view, or what type of stars, because there's already rumors that there's another mystery WWE legend that's going to show up at Double or Nothing. So it really depends, man. It's, this conversation about Vince McMahon's creative control, fans have been, like all of us, fans, podcasters, everyone, the viewers have been, we've been wanting Vince to kind of have a reality check with himself and kind of push the product for a long, long time. This is around like, what, 10, 15 years now, and they're so overconfident because they had no competition. And maybe that they, since they're on the verge of having like pretty strong competition at this point, that we might have finally see Vince McMahon make some, I guess, good decisions in terms of creative control. We all want Triple H to be up there at this point. Hopefully he doesn't disappoint us, but he's done a great job with NXT, so it just seems like the right case to build. But the 24/7 title, Brock Lesnar coming up out of nowhere, trying to change up the third hour of Raw by darkening the lights and this and that, and bringing Mick Foley out, so why do you think they brought out Mick Foley for the 24/7 title? It's not because, I mean, how many, the kids wouldn't know who the fuck Mick Foley is, right? The fans do not know who Mick Foley was, but at the same time, it's kind of like, well, Mick Foley is basically out there to kind of entice. That's why they actually announced that Mick Foley is going to be the one to introduce the new title, because Mick Foley is, a sign. Obviously, everybody thought it was a hardcore title that was supposed to be out there, but it's one of those things to try to reel in the old nostalgic wrestling fans again, because at the end of the day, he knows that those fans were the fans, so let's see where this goes, man. I mean, I'm very Vince McMahon is definitely making some decisions at this point, and he is watching closely to the other product, and especially if CM Punk or say Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley ends up in AEW or some other you do have Ty Dillinger already, but if you have some other WWE up there wrestler that ends up in AEW, dude, Vince will lose his shit. And then let's see what the ratings go for that, so we'll find out tonight, guys. We're gonna have a review tonight for AEW Double or Nothing. Let's see what it is and how things are gonna go. Like, share, subscribe, comment, guys, please. I need your comments. Let me know what you guys want to talk about, and let me know your thoughts on Vince McMahon really losing his mind, and Vince McMahon just going crazy, and the state of the pro wrestling community right now, guys. All right, take care. Like, share, subscribe, comment.